Look, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm here to fight. No surrender to addiction. Hey, everybody, it's Shane with the Sober King podcast. And if you're here, you're fighting too. This isn't polished. This is a real fight that we're all in. And it's not easy to win, but it's possible. It's the fight in your head. It's the fight that nobody sees. It's the fights that when you're sitting there alone and you're vulnerable. You know, this is going to be a quiet battle between yourself and addiction, between yourself and the devil, whatever you want to call it. But you know what? This shit is real. I'm telling you, like we all know, if you're listening to this, it's for a reason. You have a family member that's addicted or going through recovery. You are addicted or going through recovery. It doesn't matter. I want to speak to all you and I want to help all you in any way I can. That's what I'm here for. If I can save one life in my entire lifetime, that's what counts. So when these battles come up, when you're sitting alone, whatever, you got to be ready. You got to have a game plan because if you don't, you're gonna end up dead. That's the reality. Dead. It's not just you're gonna end up high or drunk because that's gonna roll on for how many more years or how many more months or how many more days. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're one more high, one more drink away from dying. So you got to take this shit real. It's not a joke. It's not funny. And that's why I'm here is to help out. And I hope I can. You know, we got to have a game plan, like I was saying, in order to fight this thing. It's going to creep up in a still small voice, in a whisper. It's going to be subtle. It's not going to throw up some warning flag at you. It's not going to do any of that. And when it hits, you better be ready. You know, my advice to you and to everyone is to have a game plan. And what I mean by that, I've said that a couple of times, is you've got to literally go back through your addiction and your days of the hard shit that you went through, the people that you hurt, the people you spit on, the people you stole from, the people you treated like shit, you smacked, you hit, you kicked, shot, whatever it is, because we all did fucked up shit. So here's the thing, you got to have the balls and you have to have the guts to be able to face that head on in your life. You need to go through each one of those things and you need to make sure that you come to the realizations that you did them. You need to freaking make amends to the people that you hurt in any way or any case as possible, unless it's to hurt other people like we here in AA. But if you don't do that, when this thing creeps up on you and you're sitting at home and chilling, you're at work or whatever, and it's like, hey, it's okay. You know what? It's a hot day. You need a refreshing drink. You can have just one drink. You can have just one hit, whatever. All that's bullshit. It's going to happen. If it hasn't happened already, it's going to continue to happen. So be ready. Put your fucking gloves on like a boxer. Be like a warrior in the field, because if you're not, you're dead. And I don't want to see anybody lose their lives. I don't want to see anybody lose recovery time. I don't want to see anybody take steps backward. I want to see them look and take steps forward, because you don't want to look in the rearview mirror. And when you do, it better just be a fucking glance. Because if you don't make it just a glance, you are literally living in the past, which is only going to get you, drunk or high. So have that game plan, have that stuff in the workings for you. You got to like sit down and do some good work on yourself. Be okay with yourself. Learn to love yourself and make amends to everybody you can, so that you can sleep at night. When you lay your head on that pillow, you're hitting Z's, not the head spinning and all this other bullshit. We know how it goes. So, with that being said, make sure you got them plans in place, because that's what's going to keep you alive. That's what's going to keep you sober. And it's not going to be easy. Some of this shit that we got to go back and look at. I've heard so many people. I've fucking hit women. I've fucking been to jail. I've been to jail a lot of times. I can sit here and think a lot of things that could give me reasons to go take a drink. Well, you know what? Fuck that, because that means I'm going to die. Another 3-year bender. I don't have it in me. 47 years old, all broken up, scars to prove it. Well, you know what? These scars and this pain shows that I'm a survivor. And if I'm a survivor, I better be doing the stuff that survivors do and moving forward. So I hope all y'all take the advice on that. And no matter how long it takes and how much time that takes you to do, you got to do it. If you want to stay sober, you got to do it. It's going to be a guarantee. Another thing is you got to have a higher power. I call mine God. My routine is I wake up in the morning, I hit my knees. I say a prayer because you know what? That helps me focus and get ready for the day, whatever. And then guess what? The bullshit starts flying, smacking me in the face, kicking me in the balls, whatever it might be. That's what it's doing. But I have plans in place. I've made my amends with every single person I've ever hurt when possible. And it's helped me to be able to live a life, not have the urges as much. And when they come, I just fucking put the gloves on and knock that shit out because that's what you do. If you don't do that, you don't have the realization and the goal to do that, then you're going to be drunk or high. We don't want that. You know, sobriety isn't only quitting, is what I'm trying to say. It's actually just the beginning. Like, stop drinking, stop drugging, whatever your thing is, pornography, it doesn't matter, right? An addiction is an addiction. If it's consuming your life and affecting your life and affecting your work and all this bullshit, you got a problem. You're addicted. You need help. And the best way to do that is to look within yourself, do the things that I've recommended so far, and know that quitting is just the beginning. Doing the hard shit that we're discussing now, that's the step two. Get a good understanding and a good feeling and a good relationship with your higher power. I don't care if it's a rock in a river, whatever you think is more powerful than yourself, you got to have it. Very, very important. You know, the pain is real. The pain is real for me on a day to day. It really fucking hurts to wake up and have these things hit my brain because they don't go away just because I made amends. They don't just go away and slip my mind. No, I do my best to deal with it head on with the gloves on, as I say, kicking its ass, getting it out of the way so I can get ready for the next one when it rolls around. But normally for me, luckily, thank God that it's not on a daily all the time with that. I put another thing is you put yourself in good places. Don't hang around with the fuckers you got high with. So yeah, you know, be honest with yourself, you know, no more excuses. You know, don't give yourself excuses. Don't wait for tomorrow. You got to get this done today because our lives depend on it. We're going to run into hiccups and problems, you know, kind of like my camera just did. So I could throw shit around the room or I could just deal with it and move on. So I'm going to move on. So here we are. So, you know, the truth starts now. Don't wait. Don't ponder on it. You know, get a routine, get out of bed, do whatever it is you do, get the day going, get started. If you need a sponsor, call a sponsor, call somebody that helps you out, that makes you feel good about yourself. You know, just be prepared, be honest with yourself, make sure that you're going through your daily inventory, your life inventory, your last 3 months inventory, whatever it may be, and get through the hard shit, no matter how hard it is, as quickly as you can, as long as you're doing it right, that you feel good about it. Because then when it comes up, it's not going to feel like a blast from the past. It's just going to feel like, oh man, that fucking sucked. And I get that, but you don't want to fucking have it smack you in the face too hard, because if it does, you know, you're likely to drink or go get high or whatever it is. I don't want you to do that. I want to see you stay alive. I want you to, you know, do good things with your life, be in your family's life. You know, let's talk a little bit about family right now. That's my inspiration. That's what keeps me sober. Because on a daily basis, probably a million times a day, it feels like I remind myself of what I'm doing this for, not just for myself. It started with myself, but I do it for my family. I still have kids that don't even fucking talk to me. They don't want anything to do with me. They don't like me. I've got kids that love me still and want to be around me. That shit stings alone. I mean, that's just one thing. I've got a lot of shit going on in my life. You know, I've got freaking, you know, my job pays $18 an hour. I just got laid on the table, $70K a year plus bonuses, but they want me to move to Las Vegas. My wife don't want that. So I had to turn down a $70,000 a year job with plus the bonuses. That's a fucking kick in the balls. But you know what? I'm going to move on. I'm going to continue to look for a positive, change that's going to pay me more. I feel worthless a lot of the time. I feel down on myself. I feel like a fucking loser. I make $18 an hour. Lame. I'm surprised I'm even telling that shit on camera because I feel like a fucking loser, but that's okay because I'm not going to let it get me drunk. That was my thing. My drug of choice is alcohol. I drink like a fucking fish. So, you know, just remember the truth starts here, and that's where change is going to come about. It's going to help you to become a better person And, getting honest with yourself helps in so many ways. Don't ever give up, one day at a time. You know all the slogans, if you will, or the things people say, but you're not quitting alcohol for today only. You're quitting alcohol for life. You're just breaking it down that way so it feels easier. Basically, is the way I look at it. If you got to look at it 24 hours at a time, cool. I've looked at it seconds at a time, sometimes minutes. I'm past that, luckily, thank God, and it was fucking brutal. So however you want to look at it, but we're doing this for the long term so we can be in our families' lives, so we can be there for our kids, so our kids aren't not talking to us and doesn't want anything to do with this. I have 2 grandkids with that kid, so I don't get to see them. That's a shit show. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good, but you know what? It's real. I've done some of the worst in life, and I had to face them, because if I didn't, it would get me drunk every fucking time. It was just too painful to feel in this freaking heart of mine. And my heart's huge. I want to fill it with love and kindness. And I feel gratitude for the things I have in my life, even though I do have things going on like a shitty job. I want to be able to become the best of what I can be, become the person I know I can be, to start getting real with myself, even beyond the level of just addiction, but beyond that. I want to help people. That helps me and makes me feel good. And I know that I'm doing something positive for the world. This ugly ass world we live in, let's do something positive, right? So that's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing here. And I suggest you find hobbies that are good and that you can enjoy doing, because if you do that, then it's going to help as well. So, my equipment's having some technical difficulties, so I'm going to wrap this up. But, just continue to learn, continue to stack the days. That creates momentum, the snowball effect, makes you feel good, which you should. Like, if you're 1 second fucking sober right now, God bless you, and I'm proud as shit as you. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, keep tuning into my podcast. They're going to get better. This is number 2. Definitely not perfect by any means, but perfection is what I go for. So we've got a lot of good equipment, just got to get it working right. Just surrender to the addiction, surrender to your higher power, surrender. That's a powerful word. Break it down to what it really means, and that's going to help you. You know what I mean? That means you give everything. And if you find yourself taking it back like I do from time to time, give that shit right back. I don't give a damn. Give that shit right back, because if you don't, you're going to get drunk. So, I'm Shane. This is a Sober King podcast. I'm here for the long haul. Please continue to stay tuned, support me. I'm looking for people that will follow me so that I can change lives, because even if I change one and help one person not succumb to death and die from this, or have family hate them and do bad shit in the law and do bad shit with your morals and stuff like that, I want to help. I want to be here. I am here. You can email me. You can message me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok, and I'm on Instagram. So I'm going to post all this on there. This is a video podcast coming soon. I'll just do live, and we'll just bump it up that way. Also, I'm looking for people to be guests on my podcast via Zoom, unless you live in St. George, Utah, representing, Southern Utah. Other than that, it'd just be Zoom. We'd be seeing each other on camera, on the internet, whatever. So we could do it that way. I want to hear, you can share your story. You could just jump in and we grind this together and just pound out an episode and help people out. I'm looking for that. So please get to me through Messenger on one of those platforms. And again, this is Shane, aka the Sober King, and God bless y'all. Have a good night. Keep up the good fight.